How is it going every day? This is going to be a video, maybe not that long, well, maybe quite long, I don't know. I'm hopefully about to build a boat Monday night for the escort, and that is basically one of the reasons it takes so long for me to put the video up from the weekend there for the Nissan, because this is actually now Thursday. I only just posted the video this morning, and obviously we were there on Sunday, so it's taken a while, but it's all down to the bottom end of the escort. It's been giving us more and more hassle than we thought. Originally, obviously, we thought it was only going to be a heat gasket, and then it ended up being the block was cracked. I've actually stripped it all. I'll show you in a wee minute where we're at with it. And then the block was cracked, and I don't know if you can remember if any's watched the video at Driftland where I done the front bumper and on the escort. If you can remember that video, you will remember me saying right at the start of it, all we done to prep the car was bolt the front diff back on that fell off and bolt the crank pulley back in because it had fell more or less off. Didn't really think much here. And then the one thing that kind of triggered a wee thought in my mind, and I thought, I wonder if there is actually something there, is Amber's dad Phil is really into causes and stuff as well, and he's had causes and all that. And then one of his free doors, he had that happen, and the crank pulley bolt come out, and what happened was it twisted the keyway, so I was like, I wonder if anything like that's happened to mine. But lo and behold, because it's me and I don't really have any good luck, it's actually snapped the crank. So I'll show you that in a wee minute as well, but it's unbelievable. So luckily enough, Alice had another block and stuff there, but it was actually a full short motor that he had. The only difference with it is it's wire rung, which is quite old school, but it's also proven to take big power, so we're just going to run with it. It's an R200 block, and it's never been bored or anything like that. The balls are actually really quite mint on it. The pistons and rods and that came out are absolutely immaculate, but my pistons and that are low comp with valve cutouts and stuff, so I'll be putting them back in, and obviously and the crank, it had a standard crank in it as well. It's never a big grind, so that will obviously be gone back in with standard shells, so quite buzzing with that, because mine was on a 0.5 anyway, so it's definitely past the end of its life now. So I'll quickly show you the new block and whatnot and the crank and stuff, and then we'll get on with actually trying to build it tonight. So this is my new block. It's mint. This is an old block which is totally stripped and cracked in both of these. The oil on that came out the old one, don't panic, there was no oil on this. And where's my crank? This is all the stuff that came out of the short motor, so pistons, rods, oil pumps and whatnot, and my new crank. And I've also, this is all my old stuff, my old pistons and that, and then my crank. So it's actually, the end's actually still in the crank pulley. And it looks like, I don't know if you can make it out so much in the camera, but this bit's all machined really flat, and the same on the crank. So it looks like it's actually been broken. All that's been holding it is the fact that it's no like a queen brake, which is quite unbelievable. It's also broke the crank pulley as well, you can see. Can you see? I don't know. Ah, you can see it. Broke there and down through there. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. But anyway, so I'll be taking the centre out of that, and I'll need to use this outer pulley, but I've got another inner one because that one broke obviously, and that's the death of that crank. So this is what we're into, building this one up. So I'm just going to start, I'm just going to clean it all because it's quite messy still. Clean up all the faces, get this tap face all cleaned, and get a quick hone, and then start building it. So I've actually just sat my shells in there now, and if you can see down there, I've actually honed it. I've cleaned all the top face, and I've just cleaned also the face with the sump gasket will be going. Just honed it basically with just a very basic drill and hone, just to be able to set the crank in. And I thought I should just explain to you that we're also just reusing the shells and that we're in this. One, they're actually more or less mint, and two, this engine only really needs to finish one race for me. But finishing a race is a big ask, but we'll finish a race no matter how it ends up. All it needs to do is one more race, and that's me essentially uncatchable for A1. I've got too many points in, so that's what it needs to do, and I'll be happy. And I think we're talking about building a big engine for next year for the car, so hence why we're also reusing the shells, just in case anybody's noticed that and just comment, or in case it fails within the 1 or 2 races and you think I've made a titty, which I might have, but you never know. So yours are sitting in a very precarious place, it might fall, but so that's the crank cleaned off, and just going to stick a wee bit of oil in the shells, get the crank sat in, and then keep going, try and build greatness. Cranks in. So next step after the cranks in is just to slide the thrush washers in. It's not thrush, it's thrust, just in case he's confused with that. And just so you know, the wee tabs face out the way, and you can put them in before you put the crank in, but I find that sometimes you knock them off. So I like to just sit them on the crank and just slide them in. Easy as that. And then you can always slide the crank back. And the other one, which is hard to do with the one on here, but there we go. That's the two of them in, and now I'm just going to grease these up as well, or oil them up. You could use builders, lube and all that, but oiled is fine. It's going to be running in a couple of days, so it'll be fine. And then get the main caps on, get them taut down, then get on to getting piston ring gaps done. Just because we've changed the block, I'm just going to check the gaps, and then get the pistons and that in as well. Some pulling, keep going, make an engine out of it. Right, so I don't know, I've got no heat in this picture, but I've got the caps on and I'm just about to start topping them down. Right, so what I'm going to do now is, these are the pistons that came out of this block that I'm not using. I'm using my pistons that are over there, pistons and rods. So I've just took the top ring off of number one, and I don't know if you can remember this from one of the old videos that I've done, building the engine that's in the work, but that was a disaster. Try this one's a bit difficult, I'll show you in a bit, but anyway, you put the ring in and then just shove it down way the piston so it sits nice and even. We'll try and video that again in a second, and then just check the piston ring up. Take two. So that's kind of how it should sit. Or you could even push it down into the middle, but I'm not that much a bothered state at the minute with this. So I've just pushed it down just level with the first piston ring on this. And just lets you check your piston ring gap, which is right there. And I've got my feeler gauges are there, I'm just going to check them. And I don't know if you can remember, as I say, I've done this in one of the old videos, and I think I've done explained it quite well in that one. I can't remember if he's needing that information. I think I've talked about the gaps and all that the BD, which is usually 23 and 25, but if it's running about that, it'll be running. So I thought I'd just quickly show that, and then set all these ring gaps, and then get the pistons rattled in, and keep going. We're making good time so far. So I've just done number one the other now. The piston ring gaps are ever so slightly bigger, like 24, 25, 27ish. But I'm not really bothered about that. It's kind of to be expected when they've been gap previous and then ran for a couple of years, so it's no big shock. And personally I think they'll be fine. I think the only reason it was so smoky is because that block was so badly worn, because if you feel in that block it's got a big ridge in it, so it's definitely worn down that block. Whereas this block's mint, so I'm quite happy on that. The only other thing I was going to say is piston ring, the gap of the ring, if I can get it to focus, you can see I've got one and then the oil control ring both at one side, and then the second ring at that side. So I know some people divide it by like a quarter, like a third each way, which I think's a bit weird. So that's the way to do it in my opinion. And just going to use piston ring compressor, get this number one in, and then move on to the next one. I'll probably skip gapping the rings and stuff, just basically because I'm trying to get this all done in one night. No total build, but like a short motor built in one night. It's not a lot of time, as you can imagine. So that's number 1 in, and I'm just finding it a good moment to say as well that I'm remembering to change out the big ends, because if you remember at the start of the video I said these were 0.5 that are in these, and obviously these ones are standard, so I'm just using the ones that are done there with the standard shells. Definitely not the way to do it, reusing shells, but needs must at the minute. So this is number 4 I'm just about to put in, number 1's already in. I've just put them all in, I've just put the cap on, and then I'm going to torque them all down. And the other thing I was just laughing at, how I mentioned earlier, these were low comp pistons. Me and Alistair made these pistons maybe end of 2016 when the car used to run with standard pistons, BD10 cams, that was it basically. All that was in it was a set of cams and a set of dark greys, a small turbo inlet manifold with a spacer and a T34. We used to run 2.2 bar boost. It was fast enough. I had anti-lag and stuff, so it was fast enough. It was definitely fast enough. The anti-lag was really aggressive, I'll say that. But still, we've actually got all that kit on another Escort. Alistair's got a white one that we built into Ford Fair, and then we never really used again just because this one was faster. That was the main reason in it. We only built that just because we built the injector set up for this. So what we done to make it low comp was we took these pistons up to one of Alistair's pals who's got a big lathe and just cut the tap off them, and then me and Alistair done the valve cutouts with a grinder and the vise. And as you can see, they're actually not the worst. I have seen worse attempts at stuff. Maybe no worse attempts at valve cutouts, but I've seen worse and it worked. Oh, that was nearly a disaster. I dropped the camera, but there's another disaster.
Disaster area!
Alistair's here. That's not a disaster.
Oh, that? Alright.
That's not a disaster.
Is it?
It's obviously, so far we've found the cracked block.
Twice.
2 cracks in the block. One in worse than the other, but 2 cracks. A broken crank, and I've just found a broken piston as well. Right after me talking about the pistons and doing the piston rings and all that. Definitely nothing to do with what we've done. But number 2 piston on that side. I don't know if you can focus on that or not, but just run about the gudgeon pin. It's broke. So it's a wee bit depressing. But at least we noticed that, and the engine was definitely on its way out, would you say?
Well, I think we were seconds from a major mincing machine.
Basically number 2 is where the biggest crack is in the block, and the top of the piston is really clean as well, run about on the same side that's cracked. It's cracked all around about the gudgeon pin, so I think it's maybe just tried to compress some water in there and broke the piston. So what we're going to do is we're going to send another piston up hopefully tomorrow and get another one machined in, and then we'll do another set of valve cutouts because it's the way to go. And then I'll get that in and get the sump on and whatnot, but the other 3 are in. Blocks here.
How's the ring though?
Ring cap's a wee bit big, but not much. I was saying
Like what's a wee bit big?
27 was the biggest.
Oh, that's not bad.
27 was the biggest.
You were expecting 40 odds.
Aye, we were expecting 40s. But well, we usually set them, we'll try and set them 23 and 25. But obviously it has the rings that are out of the engine, and it has ran for a few years, so you kind of expect them to be running about that, aren't you? So I'm actually quite chuffed with that, so it should actually be, it might be fast this engine. Might be.
It might be.
Might do a 53 round knock out with it. 50, I'll do a 54.
I'll never do a 53.
I'll do a 54.
It might be a 54.
I'll do a 54. I've done a 55.03. Where's my tyres? I'll show you my tyres. I've done a 55.03 with... Oh, what's the biscuits? You need biscuits when you're building these things. With tyres with that much cords hanging at them. You know what I mean? I'll do a 54. A good set of tyres.
Yeah, 54 would be a new block.
I don't know if we need a new block, you know.
Eh?
We're putting a T4 on it as well, aren't we? Aye. Oh, the winter. We're going to do
You can do.
T4, steel H-beam rods.
Steel? Steel H-beam.
Steel H-beams, a T4, keep the 8 greys marked, 550 horsepower.
8 greys, 8 greens.
8 greys.
8 greys, alright.
No. What did you used to run? Well, Alistair used to run a setup really similar to this, but with a T4, and I kind of would like to be...
It was four greys and 4 yellows I used to run.
4 greys and 4 yellows. And a T4?
I wait for this, 2 ECUs. There you go. That's really old school.
When was that? I was back 90s? 2000?
Late 90s. No, well, late 90s, 2000.
I also had a Escort rear wheel drive,
Which I still got.
which is still good, but it's not rear wheel drive anymore. Five odds horsepower, 500 odds.
520 or something, yeah.
So I would kind of like to be that kind of power for next year with a T4, that'd be good. Definitely the 53 then, run not kill. Easy. I'm that guy, I could do that. But anyway, we're kind of held up the now with this. I've built up the front end as well, and basically if we get this piston done tomorrow, we'll get that in tomorrow. Engine mounts on and the breather system on, the sump on, sit it on the subframe, and then we're away to Open Park with the Nissan, which is sitting, it's actually looking clean. Looked clean. We're away with it.
It's not a polish off.
I don't polish the motor before I take it out. Sometimes I don't even wash it.
You've got to love the car.
I do love it. I'm here at 8 o'clock at night.
If you love the car, that loves you back. See?
To be fair, that's maybe true, because we get insane luck with these motors, don't we?
You what?
We get really insane luck, I think.
No, you do. I don't know about me.
You do a
I
lot.
just blow up.
No, that. To be the Nissan has raced since 2014. Did we start racing that?
15, I think. That might be 13 now, 2013.
Maybe 2013. So we've done a lot of races with it, and it's a super touring car, and all we've done to the engines put timing belts on it. But as Alistair said, the biggest blow up he's had is the box, but I'm about to run out of battery, so